Here are the top 10 fastest selling SUVs in the United States of America for the month of August. Number 10 on the list, Dad, the Acura ZDX has a 36 days supply. There are 1,217 for sale nationwide, yet over 1,500 of this vehicle have sold in the last 45 days with an average selling price of almost $70,000. First, your take on the ZDX being one of the fastest selling SUVs in the United States. Second, 36 days supply. Break that down for the layman and laywoman that are tuning into this episode of CarEdge.
Well, what the day supply indicates is at the current sales rate, how many days it would take to sell out the existing inventory without adding any additional inventory. So with the 1,217 vehicles that are on hand at the moment, it would take 36 days at the current sales rate to sell out of those vehicles. Now, the amazing thing to me is that you have an EV on this list, and it's not necessarily the EV that you would think it would be. It's the Acura ZDX at almost $69,000. That shocks me because, well, Acura isn't really known for their EVs, but apparently there's something to this one.
There's something to it. It's also the timing. Federal tax credit goes out the window soon. And so Acura is being very aggressive with lease deals on the ZDX. So again, 36 days supply, 10th fastest selling SUV in the United States for the month of August 2025. Number 9 on the list, a familiar face on these fastest selling lists, the Toyota RAV4, 36-day supply, so selling out as quickly as the Acura ZDX. However, there are 56,325 available for sale right now, not 1,217 like the ZDX, and 69,000 rounded up, folks. 70,000 of these vehicles have sold in the last 45 days at a significantly lower price point, $37,540. I'll run through 3 more and then we'll do our top 5. The number 8 fastest selling SUV in the United States, we're putting a minivan in here, folks, the Honda Odyssey. 34 days supply on the Odyssey, 5,654 of them for sale nationwide. Yet again, 7,574. So more than is available for sale have sold in the last 45 days. $46,334 price point pops. Then we have the GMC Yukon, an SUV for SUV's sake. 32 days supply, 4,373 of them for sale nationwide. 6,126 have sold in the last 45 days and almost a $90,000 price tag. And then rounding out the bottom 10 of our top 10 fastest sellers, the Lexus NX Hybrid, another familiar brand here with Lexus. 31 days supply, 2,750 have sold, for sale nationwide. 3,962, so almost 4,000 have sold in the last 45 days. And a $54,694 price point. Any standouts here, Dad, in these top 5 fast bottom? Any standouts here in the top 5? Any standouts here, Dad, in the bottom 5 fastest sellers on our top 10 fastest selling list?
Yeah, that $88,000 Yukon. That's an expensive vehicle, and yet, even though it's almost 90 grand, they don't have any difficulty selling them. They're having a hard time keeping them on the lot. So apparently there are still enough well-heeled customers out there that can afford that type of vehicle. And then the other thing that stands out to me is it's good to be Honda and Toyota.
Now, what's incredible about the 5 fastest selling SUVs in the United States of America for the month of August 2025, they are all owned by one brand, and that one brand is Toyota. Let's start here, Dad. Number 5 fastest seller in the nation, the Toyota Highlander, a 30-day supply. 5,470 for sale nationwide, yet 8,172 of these vehicles have sold in the last 45 days. $52,000 price point for a Toyota does not matter. These vehicles are selling like hotcakes. Number 4 on the list, the Lexus RX Hybrid. Yes, I said Toyota is the only brand. Toyota owns Lexus, so bear with me here. Lexus RX Hybrid, 28 days supply of this vehicle nationwide, 2,511 for sale. However, over 4,000 have sold in the last 45 days, $63,000 price point. And then your top 3, no Lexus in here, 3 Toyotas in a row at price points that I think are really dramatically different. So you're going to be surprised by this. Toyota Sequoia, Dad, 28 days supply, 3,348 for sale, 5,325 have sold in the last 45 days, $83,000 average selling price. Number 2 on the list here, a little bit of a step function down. Toyota Sienna, again, we're including minivans in the SUV segment. 28 days supply, 9,572 for sale nationwide, yet over 15,000 have sold in the last 45 days, $51,591 selling price. Then, Dad, the number 1 fastest selling SUV in the United States of America for the month of August 2025, the Toyota Corolla Cross with a 22 days supply. Almost 10,000 for sale, 9,443, yet almost 19,000, 18,965 of these $31,000 SUVs have sold in the last 45 days. What is going on here, man? Toyota and Lexus just ripping it up.
It is good to be a Toyota or a Lexus dealer, or in many cases, both. And it's like having your own printing press, ladies and gentlemen. They're just printing money hand over fist. The public wants these vehicles. The public is out there buying these vehicles, regardless of price points. It is just a solid time to be a Toyota or a Lexus dealer.
Yeah, Dad, let's really sit on this for a moment. This is a brand story. $83,490, $51,591, $31,181. At every price level, the most premium to the most economy, Toyota is winning. And then again, like elsewhere in this list, they are on here with their other SUVs, whether they're luxury vehicles with Lexus or they're more economical vehicles through Toyota. They own and dominate the SUV category here in the United States. And they quite frankly own and dominate every fastest selling list video we've ever done. Those brands with Toyota and Lexus are so damn popular. And they also influence then residual values. So what these vehicles are worth as used vehicles. So
yes.
I think the more you watch these videos we do of fastest sellers, know this, you have less negotiating leverage on these vehicles because they're selling so quickly. And they hold their value better as used cars because in the used car market, people like them equally as much. So, I mean, this video again just reinforces for me, Dad, Toyota, Lexus, like that's the way.
They've got 80% of the fastest selling SUVs in America. 80%. I believe we would call that dominance.
And you know what, Dad? The domestic brands, GMC's obviously on here with the Yukon, but that's the only mention from a domestic. Expedition's not on here. We don't have another, like the Tahoe's not on here. Like, it is not a good look for the domestic automakers that they have nothing to show here for the fastest selling SUVs. Again, GMC, Yukon, but even like the Cadillac Escalade not making the cut. And we know that's been selling particularly well. So the domestic struggling, the Japanese brands thriving, 90% being made up by Japanese brands. Definitely surprised to see Toyota with this much dominance. But again, you watch enough of these fastest selling videos, you'll see this here pretty often. Hey, we got the slowest selling SUVs coming out soon as well. So subscribe to the CarEdge channel to get that data as well. Thanks for doing this, Pops.
Thank you.